I've been a black man more than 40 years on this planet Earth. So I'm going to tell y'all, hopefully I can keep it real with y'all. Shout out to my black people. I love y'all. But y'all got to understand when I'm keeping it real and advocating for our babies, I'm speaking from the heart. I'm speaking as a concerned father about the things that I see going on. I don't want people to hurt kids. I don't want people to hurt kids. I do not want people to hurt kids anymore and ever again. So I'm speaking about this in order to hope educate, enlighten, and show people a different way that hopefully we can stop tragedies like this going forward. Shout out to my black people. Shout out to my black audience. I'm just going to keep it real and I'm going to speak my mind and we'll go from there. All right, let's get it. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. All right. Yes, somebody in the chat said, put your big girl, ladies, put your big girl panties on. Fellas, let your nuts hang. Let them hang, all right? Because we're going to keep it real over here. Stop getting in your goddamn feelings, all right? And let me say thank you to those who have hit that thumbs up already. Please hit that thumbs up, okay? We are getting this story from lawandcrime.com, so thank you for the article. I just had to preface this because I don't want people seeing this and not understand where I'm coming from. The 25-year-old boyfriend of a babysitter. So basically, let me explain this. This is the biological mother. The biological mother gave birth to twins. There's a girl, there is a boy. The baby that passed away was the girl. The boy survived. This mother had her friend, her homegirl, babysitting. That woman's boyfriend ended up babysitting these children who was not supposed to be a babysitter. Everybody caught that. So what I'm going to say is still going to be aimed towards the biological mother, but I want y'all to understand why I'm saying what I'm saying, because I don't want it to be misinterpreted. I don't want to make a second and a third video explaining myself or be arguing with people in the comment section. So that's what we have. The boyfriend of a babysitter in Florida is accused of killing a 1-year-old girl who was the angel that you guys just saw on my screen. This is the boyfriend. This kid was left in his care by his girlfriend, claiming that the toddler's fatal injuries were a result of him. He was playing. He claimed that the fatal result of this situation was because he was playing with the baby. Playing with her after he got high and smoked some marijuana. And I'm going to tell y'all, if y'all have never been high off of marijuana before, it doesn't make you do stupid shit like this. With marijuana, it only enhances your dormant characteristics, in my humble opinion. I've been saying that for years, but it's not like alcohol. It's not like crack cocaine. It's not like heroin. It ain't like I would know, but I just know it's not that. It's not like he smoked some wet. You smoke some weed. Weed is very common, and weed don't make you beat up babies. I'm going to say that again. Weed is common. Weed don't make you beat up babies. You did that because you wanted to. That fool, that thug is in action. Thug is not a skin color. Thug is in action. Derek Young was taken into custody on Monday and charged with 1 count of murder while engaged in aggravated child abuse and 1 count of cruelty towards a child by aggravated battery, according to court records obtained by Law and Crime. And shout out to Law and Crime. According to a news release from the Tallahassee Police Department, officers at about 9:15 a.m. on Monday responded to a residence in the 1700 block of Saxon Street in reference to an unresponsive child. Y'all, please hit that thumbs up. I see people are hitting that thumbs up. Please hit that thumbs up. We got a lot to talk about. There's a lot of hood, booger, bullshit going on here. And I'm going to address Every bit of it. Because I feel like everybody, hashtag Thug Lion, thank you. We're going to get there. Thank you. I feel like everybody participated in the death of this baby. Police responded to Saxon Street in reference to an unresponsive child. Upon arriving at that address, first responders immediately began life-saving procedures on the toddler. The child succumbed to her injuries and was pronounced dead shortly after arriving at a local hospital. That's the culprit. Though initially treated as a typical death investigation, detectives said they quickly uncovered signs of foul play. An autopsy revealed the child had suffered severe injuries, including multiple strikes to the head with a closed fist that ultimately caused the child's death. Based on these findings and additional evidence, TPD's Violent Crimes Unit took over the case. As the investigation evolved, detectives learned the child was left in the care of Derek Young, this fool right here, the boyfriend of the woman who was hired to watch the child the night before the incident. Where's the biological father? Aha, we'll get there. Put a pin in that. We'll come back to it. That's a great question. According to a probable cause affidavit, an autopsy determined that the victim had suffered forceful impacts to both sides of her head and face that caused her brain to hemorrhage and swell, eventually causing her death. The toddler had also suffered an acute fracture to her left femur that doctors said would have undoubtedly been extremely painful and severely impacted her ability to crawl or move. Broke her femur. That is a big bone in a baby. In a post-Miranda interview with detectives, Young initially denied causing the victim any harm. However, after being presented with details of the injuries, which indicated another person had physically abused her to the point of death, police say that Young broke down and began crying and said that he was sorry for what had occurred. And I think he is how old? I can't see that. I'm going to make this bigger on my screen so I can see it. He's 26 years old. He was booked on 6/25. That was about a week ago. 6/25/25. Derek Demond, Demond Young. That's his full name. So if y'all want to look that up, you can. I believe he's 26 years old. We'll get to all the screenshots here in a minute. Police say he then admitted to striking the little girl, and her name is Ky'meria, Germany. Ky'meria is K-Y apostrophe M, Ky'meria, K-Y apostrophe M-E-R-I-A. So that's how you pronounce it. He admitted to striking Ky'meria upon her head and face and agreed to reenact the brutal beating he inflicted on the child. So he actually showed the police how he did what he did. These people are just stupider than you could believe stupid could possibly get. And this is another reason I believe that men shouldn't be fathers under the age of 30 years old. I just think their maturity, they're not ready. They're not that bright. They don't have very much money. They can't take care of themselves in general. Not all. I just believe that men shouldn't be fathers under the age of 30 years old, let alone babysitters. We'll get to the whole babysitter situation here in a minute too, because I believe that the biological mother shouldn't have had her friend being a babysitter. Okay? We'll get back to that here in a minute. So I feel like the biological mother effed up too. Young said he was also suffering from lack of sleep and feeling stress while caring for the victim and her brother before offering a bizarre explanation about the toddler's fatal injuries. The defendant was asked if he simply lost his temper during a stressful moment, police wrote. In response, The defendant claimed that he had not lost his temper and that he had only been playing with Ky'meria when he struck her. The defendant would advise that he had smoked an amount of cannabis minutes before and said that something to the effect of, "When I smoke, I want to play." That is his words. He said when he smokes, he wants to play. And his idea of playing, I guess what he's saying is punching babies. His idea of playing is punching babies, and that is who the black babysitter, I'm assuming the babysitter is black. That's who she's having sex with. That's who she's in a relationship with. That's who the babysitter is fucking. Somebody so goddamn stupid that they consider playing with a baby, punching a baby until the baby gets a brain bleed, swells and dies and breaks their legs. Like, what kind of stupid ass shit is that? That's your idea of playing? Ha 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 ha. Let's have some fun. Boop, boop, boop. I'm going to kill a kid. That's fun? Hold on. I think I found something else that I thought was interesting too. Let me go back to my pictures. This man is 5'9" in height, 230 pounds. He is not a small man. And he thought that punching a baby with closed fist is his idea of playing. That is his own words. And the babysitter is so stupid to not know that that is the character of the person that you're having sex with, being in a relationship with. And on top of that, the biological mother can have such bad judgment of her friend that she has to know a little bit about her friend. I'm assuming that you have to know a little bit about your friend's dating history and a lot of her bad choices, and probably likes thugs and men that don't behave very well, unstable creatures. And you chose to be friends with somebody like that and also have them babysit your most vulnerable little ones. So yes, I'm going to get onto the biological mother too, more than this, but we'll come back to that. Young further stated that he would not strike his own daughter of the same age in an effort to play with her, per the affidavit. Asked how the victim's femur was fractured, this man allegedly admitted that he had used a fist to hit the baby on the thigh, which caused the break. He hit this baby pretty damn hard, even though it don't take much to kill a baby. The defendant stated that after he struck the victim, he exited the bedroom, leaving her lying up on the bed next to her brother. He returned a short time later and listened to her chest to hear a heartbeat. When asked, the defendant advised that he had been afraid and that his previous actions might have caused the victim, the baby, Ky'meria, harm. Finding Ky'meria unresponsive, he rushed her into the living room and prompted a relative to call 911. He prompted a relative to call 911. He was not the one who called 911. Though admitting to causing the fatal injuries, Young allegedly maintained that he had not intended to cause Ky'meria's death, claiming that he had not been overly forceful when punching the toddler's head and face. He also claimed that he was unaware that the blows could cause hemorrhaging of the brain. Have you ever seen a boxing match before? At this man being 26 years old, do y'all think he's ever seen a boxing match before? Do y'all think that this... trying to parse my words. Do y'all think that this fool has ever seen a boxing match in his life? Do y'all think he's ever watched an old Mike Tyson fight? Do y'all think he's ever watched a Floyd Mayweather fight? Do y'all think that he's ever watched any type of fight? Shout out to Bud Crawford, who I think is going to beat Canelo coming up here in September. If he has, and you've ever seen a knockout before, which I think we all have, then you know what punching fist can do to a grown man who's trained to receive punishment, let alone a fragile little bitty baby. It is absolutely impossible for you to be an adult and for you not to know that punching someone can kill them and hurt them, let alone a baby. Young was booked into the Leon County Jail, where he is currently being held with no bond. He is scheduled to make his first appearance in court on Thursday. I'm not going to even talk about the ways that maybe he could have lessened the severity of the charges that he's facing. But if people are going to be that stupid to say what they did and show what they did, then by all means, do what you do. I'm all for it, because that means he'll get more punishment. Here's why I asked, do we have any black people in the chat? Do we have any black people watching? Because some of y'all may or may not get upset about what I'm about to say. Some of y'all are very even-minded, with an open mind and an open heart, and y'all understand that I'm speaking from a father's perspective and speaking on what I know to be in the black community. This little girl's mother is a hood-ass ghetto chick of a mother. She's got a hood mom. This woman is a hood mom. Don't believe me? Go to her Facebook page. She might lock it up, but for right now, her Facebook page is open to the public, and we're going to take a look at some screenshots and some things that I found on her Facebook. Now, why am I getting on to the mother? Because I continue to keep pointing out, and people are not getting my message. I keep saying, if you're going to have kids, then maybe you need to have a plan for these kids. If daycare and having qualified daycare people watch your kid is out of your budget, then maybe you shouldn't fucking have kids. And I'm saying that to everybody out there. Since the mothers are the ones that are making the decisions and the men are out here just getting anything but a heartbeat pregnant, then if you know this and these MFers are being irresponsible, then maybe you, who are the child bearers, should start being more responsible with your womb and your decisions. Yes, I think that's the right thing to say. We all play a part in this, and I believe that the majority of men ain't shit. So if you know that they ain't shit, then why do you continue to keep having babies by people who ain't shit? I'm going to assume, why is the biological father not there? Probably because he wasn't there after he ejaculated. He probably was never there. She was probably never in a relationship. And even if they were, they usually break up before they even have the child. Is that not a statistical fact? Is that not a common thing that happens in the hood? Of course it is. Shall I keep going? Shall I keep going? Y'all said birth control is free? I guess it's not. Planned Parenthood? I guess it's not an option. Nuva rings and condoms and sponges and the pull-out method? I guess those are not options. Abortion has to be off the table because that's just morally wrong. Abortion is wrong. You're the advocates for children. Why do you believe in abortion, Just Jay? I never said I do, but what I'm saying is if it's going to lead to this, then maybe abortion would be better when the child maybe don't actually feel this level of pain in their soul. Their soul is going to be forever pained by this type of death. We have to do better. And I think that that might be a better option rather than forcing a fully developed human being to go through this. This is a hood mother. Again, like I say, go to her Facebook page and you will see all of the typical stuff on there. All of the videos. Do y'all want to take a look at some of the stuff that she posts on her Facebook page, because she might delete this, but I got it up there. And I'm only saying this because this all leads me to how I get to the conclusions that I make, let alone me coming from the hood. In this first post, you can see it says Kaya Bay. Kaya Bay. And the only reason I know it says Kaya Bay as the name is because I used to date a girl. Let me not say that. That's probably giving too much information. CKAI is Kai, and then YYAA. Kaya Bay. And it says on September 19th of 2023, girl, you gonna die if you give my pussy away. Laughing emojis, heart emojis, because they think that that is how you show hood love when you date hood thugs and thug lions. A man, she's speaking about what a man would say to her. Girl, you gonna die if you give my pussy away. If you have sex with somebody else, I'm going to kill you. That is what that is saying. And she's like, oh, that's so sweet. He don't want me to give my sex away. That means it's so good. My sex is so good. He don't want nobody else to have it. They think that that's cute. Hood mentality. Is it not? Let's go to the next one. Oh, none. My baby daddy be wearing the same four outfits every weekend. He from Midway. His name is Ra Ra. I'm assuming if you fucked a fool named Ra Ra, you are a hood chick. Let alone saying baby daddy, and you're saying he be wearing the same four outfits every weekend, which means also what? That means he's broke and ain't got no money. So that means he didn't have no money when you was fucking him, and you still made kids by him and probably still put him on child support and probably still harassed the shit out of him, talking about he needs to step up and be a father, even though he only wanted to have sex with you. He didn't want to have kids by you, and you still made the kids anyway. But yet you on Facebook bitching and complaining about a decision that you made. Ready for the next one? Have I pissed anybody off yet? Oh, I'm pretty sure we had about 313 people unsubscribe. I don't really give a shit because I told y'all I was going to be honest. All right. Next one says, I want to handcuff a nigga and suck his dick till he cry. You already have kids. Why does the world need to know about your private, doors closed exploits that the world don't need to know? And you're telling this in order to try to attract other men. But the post that you just said previously is that the man that you were dealing with might kill you if you give your sex away, but yet you're advertising your sex to the public. You're advertising your sexual prowess and sexual skills to the public. Is that not like a hood hoe? Hashtag, what is my hashtag? Hood hoes love hood dick. Lastly, her last post at the bottom says, never the ugly baby mama. Which would imply what? You think you the shit, you top notch, and all these other women out here are somehow beneath you. But yet, you're calling your baby dad broke, while your ass is sitting here with a fucking GoFundMe. Somebody said no lies detected. Somebody said, say it with your whole chest, DJ. Oh, trust me. I am. This is the same person talking about my baby daddy wear the same four outfits every weekend. Probably out kicking it while you have up a $9,000 GoFundMe. Well, you know what? All humans need life insurance, especially here in the United States of America. That is the standard. That is the standard, and everybody should have life insurance no matter what age. If you have kids, they should already have life insurance. The Gerber life insurance plan ain't that expensive. You should have life insurance on your kids. But yet you gotta go fund me up here. Y'all, I need y'all to help my baby, y'all. She wasn't ready to leave this earth, y'all. I want my baby to have a nice homegoing funeral, y'all. She loves to eat and she's had a beautiful smile, y'all. Please help my baby give her the best burial ever possible. All the while, you want to give her the best burial possible, but you won't even give your children the best babysitter possible. Mm. Mm. Ooh, I know that had to hurt. Oh, I know that had to hurt. It hurt me to say it. So I know that had to hurt somebody out there. You want your baby to have the best funeral, but you won't even give them the best babysitter. You know why she chose her friend as a babysitter? Probably giving her a sack of weed, a couple of few dollars here and there to watch her kids. And you know what that woman ended up saying? I got to go to work. Watching these kids ain't making me no money. My boyfriend don't do nothing for a living. I'm going to let him watch these kids and hopefully he don't kill them. So by the time I get back home, these kids will still be alive and I can give them back to my hood ass friend. So proper child care is too expensive. It's too high in this economy. Well, it's been expensive. Has it not? How many mothers do we have in the chat? Childcare has been expensive and it's been expensive for a long time. So if you know it's expensive, why would you continue to keep giving your children cheap benefits of not having proper daycare, proper childcare, proper formula, proper housing, proper beds? How many people grew up letting their kids sleep in their beds? How many people grew up sleeping in their parents' beds? No crib, no room, no place of their own, no crib. You slept in the bed with mama, y'all. Because we's couldn't afford no beds. Beds too expensive out here, y'all. Resulting in people getting used and donated strollers and Pampers and wipes and formula. Thank you. Formula is expensive as hell. I've got 2 kids that are about to be adults. And I raised them from the moment they were born. You're damn right I understand how expensive it is. And being on child support. Paying child support and still buying shit. So I get it. I understand. So if I come from that, then I should be the one speaking from that. Y'all catch that? So if I've lived it, then I should be speaking to it and hoping that when people see this video, you won't go forward and do the things that are difficult that we had to live through. Stepdaddy application. You see that? That's the mentality. Stepdaddy application. Who's stepping up and wants to be a stepdaddy? Shout out to Kurt Dog. Here's what I'm curious about. My best friend. Shout out to my best friend. What is the benefit of a man being a stepfather anyway? Maybe we're going in the wrong direction. Maybe we should talk about pair bonding and relationships and things that actually make sense. But let me give you guys the fair usage. Maybe I'm going too far.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
I'm just saying, in the hood, there's a lot of applications being filled out for stepdaddy and freak for the night, but not a lot of job applications going out for husbands, though. Find that quite strange. Y'all do me a favor and hit that thumbs up. If you don't like what I said, just leave a comment. Let me know what you don't like about what I said. Maybe it just hurts your feelings. Here we go.
A Tallahassee man is now charged with murder and child abuse after a 1-year-old baby died. Derek Young is accused of hitting Ky'meria German. He was watching her and her twin brother while his girlfriend was at work. She is the mother's cousin.
Today, Young was supposed to have his first appearance in court.
We can set Mr. Young for tomorrow morning and see if he would like to appear at that time.
Young failed to appear before a judge today, but he was appointed a public defender and a new appearance date for tomorrow morning. Court records released today reveal what led up to Young's arrest after the baby's death, laying out graphic details of violence against a child.
According to court documents, the autopsy showed that Ky'meria had several injuries, including being hit with a closed fist on her head, leading to her death. Detectives then confronted Young with the details, and he allegedly started crying and confessed to hitting her. Officials believe those hits caused a brain bleed and the broken leg. Young said he didn't mean to kill Ky'meria, claiming he was only playing with the 1-year-old. Court documents claim when detectives asked if he would play with his own kids the same way, he said no.
WCTV's Capital City correspondent Matt Hoffman is live for us at the courthouse tonight. Matt, you had the chance to speak with Ky'meria's mother this afternoon. What did she have to say?
And, you know, guys, of course, it's an emotional day with those autopsy results just coming in. Ky'meria's mother said her daughter loved the color pink. She was just starting to talk, and she also loved to eat. But unfortunately, all of that has been taken away. Ky'meria died at 14 months old. Her brother was also in the room at the time of the alleged abuse, but he was unharmed, according to the children's mother. The family is organizing a GoFundMe to pay for funeral expenses, and they're hosting a balloon launch this Saturday at Jack L. McLean Jr. Park from 5 to 7 p.m. German's family left devastated by what prosecutors described as brutal violence against a baby.
My baby didn't deserve that. She was a sweet baby. She was sweet. She was a sweet baby. Why would you harm an innocent baby? She didn't mean no harm at all.
Ky'meria's family is still coming to grips with what happened, though her mother said both sides of the family have been supportive. They plan to follow the criminal case closely. Funeral arrangements for Ky'meria German are still being arranged. Once we know more details, we will update you. For now, in Tallahassee, I'm Matt Hoffman, WCTV Eyewitness News.
That's such heartbreak. Thank you.
1-year-old Ky'meria German was just learning to talk. Her baby babbles finally forming into real words. She loved to eat, she loved the color pink, but those early milestones would be her last. Ky'meria was a twin born alongside her brother, but now he's left to grow up without her. On the morning of June 23rd, just after 9 a.m., first responders rushed to a home in Tallahassee, Florida, after reports of an unresponsive child. That child was Ky'meria. Her mother was not home. She and her twin brother were being watched by the mother's cousin, but that cousin had already left for work, leaving the twins in the care of her boyfriend, Derek Young. Paramedics arrived and immediately began life-saving efforts. Young was at the scene when officers arrived. Ky'meria was rushed to the hospital, but she did not survive. Police say signs of abuse quickly became clear. According to a probable cause affidavit, an autopsy revealed Ky'meria had been hit multiple times in the head with a closed fist. Doctors say those blows caused her death. She also had a broken femur, an injury so severe, doctors say it would have made it nearly impossible for her to crawl or move. But police say Derek Young later admitted to striking Ky'meria, even reenacting the brutal beating, allegedly using a closed fist to show just how he hit her. He allegedly described using both fists, hitting Ky'meria 2 to 3 times on each side of her head, face, and thigh. Young told investigators he was suffering from a lack of sleep and feeling stressed. When asked if he had lost his temper, Young insisted he had not, claiming he was simply playing with Ky'meria when he struck her. He also admitted to smoking marijuana shortly before the incident. Ky'meria's twin brother was in the room at the time but was not harmed. Young said that after hitting Ky'meria, he left the room, leaving her lying on the bed next to her brother. A short time later, he allegedly returned, checked her chest, and after hearing no heartbeat, rushed her to the living room and asked someone to call 911. Now, the 25-year-old is behind bars, charged with murder and aggravated child abuse.
So here's the thing, and let me correct one thing. So this wasn't the mother's friend. Maybe she is friends with her cousin, but still the same thing applies. I would think that you would probably have to know your cousin probably pretty well, especially for you to allow your cousin to be the babysitter to your kids, to your young kids. So I still mean everything I say, and everything that I say still applies. Again, there is still a level of empathy I have for the mother, but to me, it just seems like we do things a certain way. As a black person, I can look at this situation and make a determination and say, this is how we get to this point. We are willing to we want to look the part. So even looking at that picture right there with the mom, we want to look the part. Her hair is always on fleek. She has her makeup done. She has her hair done, her fingernails done. She got on the coolest shoes. Her and the baby's got on matching outfits. They looking top notch. No money for life insurance. No money for actual daycare, real babysitters. They'll make an investment on how they look so they can appear to have this image and look a certain way, but they don't actually live in a way that's conducive to a proper future. They don't make the proper investments. And to me, no matter the color, that can maybe be outside of a black thing. I just know that in the black community, that's a thing that a lot of us tend to do. We tend to go after the things that we want and not after the things that we need. We buy all of the shit that we want and none of the shit that we need. We prioritize wrong. And if you ask me if these babies' life meant as much as we believe it did, and yes, we need to stop balloon releases. Y'all need to stop that. Maybe have some balloons, have some candles, grab some pink, white, and black candles, burn those. It's not going to create as big of a mess. You're not, and balloons actually are getting ready to be outlawed throughout the United States anyway, as far as releasing. You're just releasing trash everywhere, and it's killing animals. We don't even have life insurance for our kids. We just go through life with no plan, and we'll take care of our kids however we take care of them. And a lot of kids are just lucky to survive this. So again, to this man, and I want y'all to remember this. He said that he was frustrated because he didn't have any sleep. He was frustrated because he didn't have any sleep. Well, last time I checked, most people at the age of 26 years old are normally working daytime jobs. Not to say that you can't work at nights, but I just assume that most people work 9 to 5 daytime jobs. I'm assuming that he don't have a job. I'm assuming that if she leaves him there to be the babysitter, that means he's not working. I'm just merely assuming, but that's what seems to make sense to me. If I got something wrong in my assessment, let me know. But please bring facts. Don't bring a bunch of feelings and opinions talking about I'm a self-hater, because I'm just saying you got the evidence right here in front of your face. That is a beautiful little angel as well as her brother. These babies deserve to grow up and become something great. And I love her beautiful, innocent little smile. Let me see if I can get a picture of her back up here. I hope that that man gets a life sentence in prison. Just people like that don't deserve freedom. Can I get I like that picture of her too. I love that picture of her right there. This one right here, probably my favorite picture. Young princess, Ky'meria, Germany, R.I.P. Thank you guys so much for listening to the story with an open mind as well as an open heart. I will post this in more sections so you guys can kind of see some of the key things that I touched on. But if you disagree with something, leave it in the comments and let's talk about some logic, okay? Thank you.